Alrighty, welcome in everyone. I know, I'm back. No black screens this time, hopefully. Cross your fingers. No OBS crashes. But welcome back everyone. Today we are going to have SE versus Underdogs. Um, got our ban list right here. Saving, Stalwarts, and Paladins. And the only difference between Mala Singer and Underdogs is that Shinji. So it looks like they're trying to make sure that Shinji play can't be glaive buffed. Um, Trying to make sure that they can't kind of pressure with those bombs. And it looks like they're banning Syphos, Rat and Vipers, and Lion Roars for social experiment. They are going all of the specialty that is currently meta right now. And it looks like they're saving Sunward Phalanx, so they're looking for that anti-cav play, trying to deny that. Yalla. Trying to deny that entry for that cav to kind of come in from the flanks, from the back, and hit their specialty. What we can expect today from Social Experiment is that usage of Coco's. Same with Underdogs. From their last match, Underdogs had a little bit more of a spread type of play, and they ended up wrapping very well against their opponent, Mala Sanger. And yeah, I mean, there's not much else to it. We'll get into this match in just a sec, but these bans are going to again allow for more infantry focused fights, more blob fights, more wraps, more of the infantry focused type gameplay that you would normally expect to see in a CBR match about 2 seasons ago. So, you know, buckle up, get your seatbelts ready, and or get your get your popcorn ready, and yeah, guys, it's going to be a great match today. Alrighty, just gonna head back to the tavern here.
What's your business here?
Yalla, what are you doing? But yeah, guys, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Obviously, this is gonna be my second time casting, so let's get this ball rolling. You guys are doing great, and if you guys again see anything, hear anything, can't hear anything correctly, can't see anything correctly, message. I will see it. I do check the chat. I will be checking chat a little bit more often. Um, and yeah, guys, let's do this.
Virtue is our noblest heritage.
How's everyone's day going? Everyone going okay? Having a good time today. It's a beautiful Sunday.
We must stand together. And flower alone makes no wreath.
Don't hit like a weakling.
Okay. So, as of right now, we're just setting up the match, and we're gonna get started here. It is going to be on Wallfort. It is a really, tight knit map. A lot of different angles that they can go from, especially with the infantry blob movements. You can actually go down separate, multiple lanes. So expect a rotational fight, a smart play fight, and using the intellect that the players have regarding map knowledge to be able to push forward, do what they need to, and get the win.
Survival is the most important thing on the battlefield. If you can't defeat your enemy, run.
We must stand together. One flower alone makes no wreath. Compassion is the heart of courtly grace.
What are you guys expecting? Who are you expecting to win today? Let's put this to the chat. Who are you guys expecting to win?
Virtue is our noblest heritage.
I am looking right now, and it's looking like, with how the Underdogs have been playing, especially BBW Lover, they're one of their co-captains. I am expecting a showing from Underdogs today that you know we wouldn't have expected. I think that the grit and the heart that they are showing right now, regarding the gameplay that they're doing, especially on that home point last match against Mala Sanger, is something to be attested to, and just overall how they've been playing. And again, that heart. You gotta have heart when you play this game. You just gotta not give up. Once you start giving up, especially on that home point, especially like on any map in CBR, you'll find that a lot of what you would have going on is a loss, right? Underdogs were down units. They had all of their heroes alive. The other team didn't, and they got that W because of that 16th man, which is the time limit. And just overall, I think that they show a lot of potential, a lot of endurance, and we'll see how SE responds to that. Hopefully, they don't kind of slack off or whatever, and they play as a team. As long as SE plays as a team, we'll have a good fight here, and communicate.
Don't call me a lion. I'm just an old man who's good at killing.
We must stand together. One flower alone
All right, we are starting the match as we speak. I'm going to go into in-game chat. Can everyone see the in-game chat? We're going to get this started here. All right. Getting those blue units out of the way. Everyone can see this, correct? Awesome. So they are on wall fort. Underdog is going to be defending. Attackers are going to be social experiment. SE. We are going to see what they go with here. As you can tell, it looks like the defender's Underdog is looking for more of a push comp. They're going to look for that sustain with debuffs with the Rat and Pikeman, as well as some stalwarts to kind of accentuate the overall just kind of build they're going for here. While the attacker's social experiment is looking at more of a sustain comp with 1 phalanx and 1 shield. I mean, from what I can tell, it is looking like they have an anti-cav comp to pay, probably maybe anti-Sally comp going on, and they are going to look to kind of, you know, time and take it a little bit slower on their pushes and utilize that specialty in that cav. Lucky with all cav. That is a very interesting pick. We'll see how that works out, and you know, if they can kind of deal with that anti-cav, Lucky could have the game of his life here. But a very risky maneuver on behalf of Social Experiment. Maybe that creative juices are flowing, and they said, we just want to do what we want to do. All right, Walford here. Usually you want to kind of protect the bottom of the wall here, but I assume that they're going to try and use the walls as a defensive point here. SC immediately going into a more of a defensive standpoint here with those Orochis and trying to get on that Artie and going to push with their units. You're going to use the sustain units to kind of push because they do have shields. And while they're doing that, they're going to deal with the Artie. And let's see if the Underdog team is going to try and kill out this bridge. They might not. From what it looks like, they are just leaving it. They're going to bring one guy over here with some shield units and his Hwacha arrows, and they're going to start. All right, they are pushing the tab left tower, and they are pushing just that from SE right now. Looks like they're trying to position themselves so that they can just take wall control, since this tower is closest to the B point and closest to the A point. They might try and take the wall here, right here, and go straight to B and then out-rotate. But the Underdog team looks like they have some stashed units back here on supply. They have an Iron Reaper unit and a cavalry unit, and then they do have some gate units, so that rotational might be a little bit too far of a stretch. And then they are going to take control of this gatehouse here and use their own Artie against them. This is going to provide that pressure on that tab left tower, and they are going to sally out with heroes. We have a hero fight here, and SE Shimmy is down. We have another Poleaxe that is trying to escape right now. One more Poleaxe trying to take him out of that fight, trying to save his life pretty much. And Piernate is dead as well. SE is going to get this tower down, but it looks like they broke this breach here, and they might just push out with a maul and pressure that tower. While the rest of Underdog is looking to go back to supply, it looks like they might drop the point. Killing this breach makes it so that they cannot take this rotational route. This is one lane that is currently closed down to the attackers. SE is going up the wall right now, taking the space, while Underdogs is currently setting up on the bottom of this staircase because of how close in proximity all of these lanes are. This is a wonderful play by Underdog, and you're going to see these muskets try and just bomb out what they can see and provide pressure, and these muskets are providing pressure on the other side to the enemy team. SE is at the bottom of the tower right now, just taking that cap point, trying to figure out what to do next. Providing pressure here, we have a Maul that is currently caught out. We will see if they can do anything about it. Now the Dual Blade is caught out. We'll see if he can do anything. He runs outside of the breach. SE Chris W dies out. That is his first death, or is his second? This is his first death. He's on a first death timer. And we'll see what they do from here. Where they go, we knows no bounds. This bow player is currently trying to pick off the units that he can see that he can kill. and he's doing a fine job at it. The musket's now pressuring again without any assistance from heroes, and the heroes are just pressuring him down the wall again. SE is taking a good amount of time to set up. They know they have the time limit, especially with how things are set up. All right, looking like SE is taking this wall now, trying to get a bit of a forward momentum going here. Blue team, Underdogs, looking like they're going to set up, and SE is going to try and come down the wall. They have Shield Maiden, Sustain Cocos, some kinds of Wu Wei, and it looks like K-Fat is going to try and push in and provide a suitable space differential. He's going to pressure them into taking their time. That is exactly what he wants them to do, is take their time. They are on a timer. They are going to use that 16th man effectively, and as we're going to look here, we're seeing a giant blob fight going on right now. Porphyr with the Wu Wei is pushing in. We have Phalanxes in the back protecting those Cocos. Those Cocos are going to throw and throw and throw, and Bearclick up top, killing our specialty. And now they are pushing in and dealing with what's going on here. Still have some units in the gate in case of a timer blowout. Samochek dropping down. And this looks like it might be a win for SE. This might be it. Looking like they're trying to kill that sustain blob over here. Are they still pulling units? Lucky pulling units, trying to step on that supply. What a wonderful play from Lucky. Blue team, Underdogs, currently trying to fight Lucky off of their supply. Trying to do whatever they can, while blue team over here is trying to sustain the blob from SE. SE is now pushing to their supply. They're taking advantage of this unit. They're ignoring these two. They don't need to deal with them. Crizzy with his Cocos are currently still on the stairs. He is going in to try and help that glaive with that glaive buff. SE Chris W, and we have a fight on supply. This fight on supply is going very well for them. This unit advantage is going in. Bearcut is currently throwing in his Wu Wei. We have Dead In's Walter trying to gather whatever semblance of advantage they have back, trying to fight off these Wu Weis while these units are currently sustaining. Woju is currently coming in. The sustain is coming in. They might take this supply. They have to hurry though now because they are currently Min's Belka is currently fighting, and they have units coming in that are Coco's Whiskey, unprotected, but overall just doing whatever they can to try and deal with the enemy on the supply. Blue team is currently at 14, 1,020 to SC's 13, 1,034, so they're gathering back. Those death timers that SC took early on are currently taking a hit, and they might reset here and gather up on the breach, because now they have the space. They've pushed them back. They've taken the space. Underdog is seemingly doing very well at taking that reign back on that fight on supply, and now they have the ability to do what they need. BBW Lover with the longbow again, looking for that specialty, trying to, take them out, because if he takes them out, it is a very good trade for them. Underdog trying to do what they can to kind of form up. SC is gathering up, probably going to take a tab left kind of lane approach here. From here, while the enemy team has a sustain unit, that Spear Sergeant is just going to sustain. Bakanozonic is going to try and take some space. SE Chris is going to try and bring up his ultimate bar, while the Underdog team is currently taking their sustain units. What a great treb on the rotate. Good treb from SE here. 11 trebs left. They're taking this space now. They might go over here and try and take this space. trying to go in behind and deal with the specialty with Cav right here. This is a great area for SE to take because they can treb anywhere in here now. They've taken a good approach. The only thing that Underdogs can do is go in through the back and try and catch them off guard, but it requires good timing here. Piernate is going to turn around with his phalanx, and they're just going to start laying into the enemy team here with those warrings. 6:53 left on the clock, 989 to Underdog, 1010 to SE. They are currently setting up still. Cav is going in, it is going out. What a great stop from Kaifat. And NGNL Escanord is currently using his Cav. They're going to go in and fight. And look at this Cav here trying to come around the backside. And they're currently holding off on two separate fronts here. That Cav just wiped Belka with the freaking highlight. And they are going to try and salvage this, but it is 787 to 775. SE trying to kill DK on those phalanx, just letting him run free. And this sustain blob right here might help them out. These shield maidens, if they can just get the heroes, it might be an SE win for this push. But they need to get the heroes, the Nodachis, the Poaxes. Chonk going in against BBW Lover, trying to do what he can against Kaifat. These heroes are fighting for their lives. And we still are trying to fight on that supply. Trying to do what they can with what they have. Red team looking not so nice now. SE Chonk is dead, and they are probably going to reset here. Niemka too far forward on that overview, trying to get some cap points while they just take that supply and reset. What a wonderful play from Underdogs here. Looking like they just are sending in. They see the units the enemy team has. They are sending a forward approach. It looks like it's a split. They are now backing up to reset. Longbows are currently heading into what they can do, looking for that specialty, looking for those units for block break, doing what they can. Barracuda, everyone else is setting up on that C point. Timer permitting, they don't have much time left. It is 5:63 to 6:62 for SE to win this. They need to push soon. It looks like they're setting up a left tab right flank here. Might go around the other side, just depending. But it looks like Underdog might push them to try and use that 16th man again. They're so smart in how they strategically know when to push and when to stay. Looking like Lucky is trying to use his Cav and pressure while these Hwoarangs are currently just firing in free fire. They are taking the tab left side now to try and go in. Trebs abound. We'll see if it hits anything. Hits a couple. And we have a unit here from Riser that is currently being pushed. And they might have to take this fight to save Riser's unit. And look at this. The whole team is stopped here. These Cocos are going to eat. They have to. Sooner rather than later. And look at this Cav charge from the side from Lucky. It is stopped by that Phalanx. And now their own Cav coming in from BBW Lover, stopped by Stalwarts. Pushing in from the front. These Cocos are dead from this Pike Whiskey. Exils, SE Chris W trying to do whatever they can to kill whatever heroes they can. No Nimnienka trying in the backside. And he is having some trouble killing their heroes. And we have this blob here. Belka, again with the amazing play in the backside, just trying to do what he can to push in. And that is all crits. And this might spell defeat for Social Experiment. Longbows are killing right now the heroes from behind. And this might be a win for Underdogs here. Looks like a reset. Prizzy's losing. Koteko. They have one more final push here, but the limits on that unit it's just a lot, especially with the fact that they don't have that supply. They can double pull here. They might just take a forward approach and say, we're going to push you out of our fief, because by the time you get to that C point, if we've lost all of our units, you can't cap it. Let's see where this ends up. Erzengul, Kiwi, Lucky, Chonk are all setting up. Lucky and Chonk are setting up with Cav, and so is Chris W. Maybe to go through that breach. Let's see if they notice this and maneuver an anti-Cav unit to that breach. Bashkanozik was caught out. So is Niemka. That's 2 more heroes down. And that Cav is just flooding through that gate and getting stopped by the enemy team. Chonk looking for that side charge here.
Yes, Commander.
Gets a good charge, but with that timer, it might be over, especially with an entire phalanx unit coming in right now to deal with that Cav. Let's see here if they can kill enough heroes to deal with it. Chonk, Shimmy, Chris W, Lucky dealing with it. Basiev is currently on the C point, just saying, you know what, come and get me. Crizzy looking like he wants to go dive that phalanx unit. He knows how important they are, and he is going to just get tied down and killed. And they are just keeping them at the front gate. And that should be GG.
Scatter before my might. A walk in the park. Together we stand.
Good fight from Underdog. Good fight from Social Experiment. The lane maneuvering from Underdogs was absolutely perfect to both protect their supply and protect that C point. Using that middle point and using it the way they did is what effectively won them the game. Pressuring when they were not set up, SC was not set up, is also what effectively won them the game as well. Providing that scarcity of vision, of communication, is what allowed them to. And we're going to look at this right now. Ezreal with MVP, MVD, and MVS. Let's see where Lucky ended up here on his Cav plays. He had all Cav. He had 32 unit kills, 350 troop kills, and he had a 246. Looks like Krizzy, Samochek, and Excel are going to be your top contenders for the SE team. And we're going to go right over to Kai Fat, the short sword, with 3 kills, 0 deaths, and 18 assists with a 1769 troop kill score. This is effectively a hard carry from Kai Fat here. Let's look at this post-battle analysis. You know, as you can see, Underdogs had that first phase, and as soon as this happened, I mean, again, SE with the unit spikes, just like Malasanger, but Underdogs holding out with that grit and that tenacity to just outplay them. And as you can tell, this hold here is what allowed them to essentially win their first trade. They held here and they pulled from supply. You know, if SE had done a little bit better on the hero killing, they would have had that supply and they would have retaken it for that ability to go to that C point, and they would have had that front foot. As soon as they lost that hero trade, they kind of were unable to just recollect themselves, because then every time they pushed in, it was just like a difference of hero killing, you know? Every time one of them like died, there was the Underdogs died, there was 3 SE that died with him. So overall, you know, I think that Underdogs has a great hero killing potential, and their strats are very, very good. The longbows, let's look at that. BBW Lover had 56 unit kills. Look at all that. Look at that specialty. He was trying to poke at it, see what's up. Maybe that Cav too, and just overall, you know, SE just got played by the 16th man. They got pressured by that timer, and they got pressured by you know, the fact that Underdogs doesn't just sit back. They're going in, they're taking advantage of the trades. They're seeing what's going on, and they're just pressuring, and it's causing SC to lose stability. All right. Let's go into here. On that supply, what a wonderful... We will be right back in just a sec. He's going to try and come down the wall. They have Shield Maiden, Sustain Cocos, some kinds of Wu Wei, and it looks like K-Fat is going to try and push in and provide a suitable space differential. He's going to pressure them into taking their time. That is exactly what he wants them to do, is take their time. They are on a timer. They're going to use that 16th man effectively. And as we're going to look here, we're seeing a giant blob fight going on right now. Poor Fear on a timer. They're going to use that 16th man effectively. And as we're going to look here, we're seeing a giant blob fight going on right now. Poor Fear with the Wu Wei is pushing in. We have Phalanxes in the back. All right, let's look at some of this gameplay here. So as we can tell, you know, obviously you have a split here. Huagu currently in the back line. It's 15-14 to 14-70 at this point. Huagu at the back line holding that gate to stop spawners from their first spawn. So it's about 28 seconds to spawn in. He is currently holding that gate to stop that spawner, and it is a very important job, and he is doing it well. As you can tell, they are spreading out to allow, you know, these units to come in and just fill in a role here. And they have a lane here in the middle that should have been exploited by SC. Let's see if they do exploit it here, guys. Protecting those Cocos. Those Cocos are going to throw and throw and throw, and Barefoot is currently just searching for this specialty on the wall, on that staircase, and keeping him unchecked, not looking behind you and seeing that, it just pretty much allowed Bearcut to just remain and just see the overview of the fight and just see that specialty and pick it up. Shimmy and Shonk with their Wu-Weis are currently on the backside. Nyemka's Orochis are over here, and the main blob push is going to be right here. And that's important, because you got to understand is that this is 2 Shield Maidens and 2 Phalanx. This is sustain units with Rat and Pikemen. These Cocos should be firing over here, and it looks like they're firing here, and that allowed that left side to kind of push in. And Underdogs just with the amazing positioning.
What's your business here?
And this pretty much sealed the deal. And you can see
Top
since
killing
they were
our
late to this
specialty.
push, and now they are pushing in and not by a lot,
And dealing with what's going on here, still have some units in the gate in case of a timer blowout. So Mochek dropping down on that that supply. What a wonderful play from Lucky. Blue team, Underdogs, currently trying to fight Lucky off of their supply, trying to do whatever they can, while Blue team over here is trying to sustain the blob from SE. SE is now pushing to their supply. They're taking advantage of this unit. They're ignoring these two. They don't need to deal with them. Crizzy with his Cocos are currently still on the stairs. He is going in to try and help that glaive with that glaive buff. SE Chris W, and we have a fight on supply. He's going to try and come down the wall. They have Shield Maiden, Sustain Cocos, some kinds of Wu Wei, and it looks like
We must stand together. One flower alone makes no wreath. Compassion is the heart of courtly grace.
All right.
Virtue is our noblest heritage.
And we are starting. Let's see if SE does anything different here. If they pressure where they need to pressure regarding the underdog, just immediate aggressiveness. See if they change anything. SE looking like they're bringing Huarangs first thing. Might be shooting down from the wall with a lot of sustain units here. With some Iron Reapers, Shield Maidens. They have Men-at-Arms to try and charge and kill some heroes out. And let's see what attackers are doing. It looks like they are bringing debuffs, Iron Reapers, BBW lever with the longbows again. And this time Shamil Basayev is bringing longbows too. Let's see how they deal with this. Looks like 2 Cocos and Rattan Pikemen for the third phase. Let's see if Lucky's changing. He has 1 Cav unit, and now he is bringing infantry. That risky play, you know, was not good for the anti-Cav last match, but we'll see if they can change that and turn it around. Every time that I start this, are we good? Is everyone seeing this? I'm like hyper focused on this now. If this is like okay or not, if this is not black screen. Alrighty. Let's see what they do here today. So they're bringing out a bunch of Rattan Pikemen to maybe deal with a Sally here. They have anti-cav out. And then they do have sustain units that are just going to be put on supply and maybe push the tower. SE is currently trying to get on that arty and deal as much damage as they can. Let's see if they try and take down the bridge at all with these Squatches, or if they just leave it. I know, I'm trying to, you know, make sure everything's okay. I'm like hyper focusing on it. All right. Looks like they have a nice setup here. Cav by Shimmy and Chonk, Samochek with the Phalanx, and we also have a Breach group here with Woju and Simon Valhalla. Let's see if they have no-name Niemka using the artillery over here, and Huagu is going to try and get up the ladder. Let's see if Niemka notices he's there. Krizzy noticed, and he is currently trying to save Niemka. Well done by him. Maybe not. Niemka notices. He's jumping up and down, saying, "Come at me." And this tab left tower, these towers are all being pushed right now to give multiple lanes of effect to try and get the best lane picked. And it might be a hero fight here regarding Krizzy and Kaifat versus Inagu and Wahoo versus Erzangle, Kiwi, Niemka. We'll see what they do here. They're currently all over here while the fight, it might be over here. Eskinord putting up and Bearcoot trying to take down. Chonk's Artie is now down. And we'll see what they do here. Alrighty. Let's take a little bit of an upward approach here. This tab right tower is down. They are going to try and bring some men-at-arms up to try and pressure. As soon as you see men-at-arms, you can assume that they are trying to pressure. And we'll see what they do here. They're still trying to keep the sanctity of this positioning going. They're currently pulling back to supply. They're going to have a unit there to try and halt whatever they can, and they might just give wall here. They're going to hide in behind supply and in supply itself to try and give some room, maybe to try and push them back. Let's see if these guys know what they should be doing. If I were them, I would be going up to that B point and going through here into this lane here and trying to use that staircase to my advantage. Let's see what they do here. Right, bottom of tower now. All these sustain units going up now. And they are, in fact, going to go this way and try and make this lane a viable option. Well, they know, they see, they hear the fact that they are over on that supply point. Let's see if they just directly engage, especially with these split units, or if they go with the other split units and they become a 15-man. As you can see, Samochek and Krizzy are currently trying to hold off the front of this supply, probably from cavalry. Krizzy's stalwarts are currently turned a little bit sideways, but, you know, he's doing what he can, especially with how much he's doing, probably pressuring. He's going to pull maybe a different unit. Longbows are currently firing into the rotate, trying to see what they can get, and this longbow play is very unique. It is very, very unrestricted, and it allows for, you know, that pressure to be built, because whatever they do, it is going to have some repercussions. They're going to be weakened unit-wise. And let's see, Niemka currently trying to deal with these paladins. Let's see if another unit comes up here. Iron Reapers coming down, and Underdogs taking the space to go down the ladder and pinch these units. These units are now forfeit, and Niemka and Chris should be done here. This push should be over. See how many they can take out while blue team is trying to maybe pinch them. They might try and deal with this right here and take this on. Well done by the blue team here. Alright, let's see. SE should be going in as soon as possible regarding this. Let's see if BBW Lover can find anything. Chonk is trying to maybe pressure that longbow player, but he just can't find the space of the time. And now they are fighting, and this Treb comes in perfectly, and Underdogs is now regrouping with their teammates and seeing what they can do to survive this Treb. Is the SE team. Let's see what they can do. 2 heroes dead almost immediately. While Porphyr is currently trying to cap the C point, he pulls 2 heroes off of him. Krizzy's bringing his stalwarts units in. 1 death timer means that these guys can go right through the breach and pressure what they need to. And it looks like SE might be out-sustained here with this incoming. What a charge from Shimmy to kill 2 heroes. And let's see what Lucky can get here. What a beautiful charge again. Kills another hero. Mind Belka, one of their better players that I've seen so far. Chonk and Samochek holding the front gate. BBW Lover trying whatever he can to longbow the units out. And this might be a retake from SE to deal with Underdogs. And another charge from that team. From Chris W. And another. These calf plays are absolutely amazing from SE to save their fight. Underdogs at 943 versus SE's 1058, and Chris W throws his cav. And let's see, they're probably going to pressure and just take this away.
Well done by SE to retake. And Underdogs looking like they might take a fast route to the supply here. They know they have the phalanx. They know they have Cav out. Let's see if SE knows this and changes their tune. Chonk, Samochek, Niemka are currently trying to find ways to get information. Escamond is currently going in. Belka with the Cav. He is dangerous. And they are waiting for their respawners to come in. They are pressuring, and they know that they're pressuring, and they are going to go around the front side because they know that they have those Cocos, and it's a tight lane. Barracuda's coming around the backside, and Belka with the charge. Let's see if he gets anything, and it is stopped. And a Treb. This is an advantageous position for Underdogs to go in and get that Treb. Let's see if the SE players can deal with it. 912, 893, 873, letting that unit Treb them. Chonk and Copernic trying to deal with what they can with that sustain unit. Let's see if they're winning this fight on that supply. Simon Valhalla, one Coco trying to deal with it, and another Treb right on our Zangle Kiwis Orochis he just brought in. 6 or 7 heroes are trying to pull right now. Let's see if they can. If they can, they might be able to double pull and retake. Let's see what they do here. Sustain units from Samochek, Purenate, and Barracuda is doing what he can. He knows that they don't have Cav anymore, so he brings his units to the front. BBW Lover with a Cav charge. And they have Hwarangs firing from Chonk. And it's a fight on supply and C. This is a real fight here, guys.
Wipe them out!
Hwarangs firing in. They know, they see the phalanx. They notice them. Crizzy trying to do what he can, trying to keep those phalanx alive and kill the heroes that are with them. Simon Valhalla, same thing. Whiskey, Kai Fat, Barracuda's coming into that C point and just doing everything they can to take out the units that are present. And let's see, Lucky and the respawners are in from Underdogs. Crizzy killing a unit, killing 2 heroes. Well done, Crizzy. SE looking like they might take the supply back. And Rat and Pikeman, Shield Maidens, shields coming in. They know exactly what they need to do. They need to keep these Hwarangs alive. If they keep them alive, they should have no problem. The musket coming in to deal with the units that are there, and there's some shield maidens that are coming in as well. Coco's in the back. Look at our Zangle Kiwis. Coco's right next to that musket, and he doesn't even notice it. And this front side is currently winning. Look at this gameplay here, friends. Just doing everything they can. Chonk with those Hwarangs, and you know, Underdogs, they've been in this position before. 394 with 5 Trebs left. They know. They've been in this position multiple times today. They can take this back, and they know it. They know that they have the positioning, they have the players, they have to focus on hero killing. And this phalanx out of position, multiple heroes out of position, Chris W dying. And they realize, they say, hey, we have the range advantage, we have the specialty advantage. What are we doing here? They're in main gate. Let's see how this main gate's looking. Main gate is stacked to the brim. These Cocos are throwing, hitting the upper arch of the gate here. You know, trying to do what they can. Samochek with that. Bosch Kanojic is getting scouting info, knowing that they might come through breach here. Let's see what Underdogs does. Let's see if they take the space available to them. And they do. Look at this. Samochek and them realize Crizzy and Shimmy are on top getting the info. Crizzy might try and get this this dual blade here. Shimmy on his own. And he might get some usefulness out of what he can here.
A walk in the park.
And they are just taking that left flank here, this tab right. Shimmy trying to get away from Kotekyo. And this might be our final fight. And look at this death ball from Underdogs. Chonk, they have to keep Chonk's Hornings alive if they want to position things. If they want to win. Shimmy just waiting in lurking, looking for that Cav. And Basiev has Phalanx on the outside, and Bearcut, his Cav, is running away. And let's see what they do here. They are taking the space, and they are trebbing right where they are maneuvering to. What a great treb from Underdogs here. That might actually win them. And they turn around. Let's see if they deal with this Cav here. What a wonderful Cav play from the Underdogs team. And the Cocos are just doing everything they can. They need to protect these Cocos, or else it is all over. It is 233 to 225. SC Underdogs killing all of their heroes. Another treb just perfectly placed from Underdogs. SE fighting with their lives, doing everything they can. Those Cocos are doing God's work. Crizzy looking for another positioning here. Simon Valhalla looking to get in with his full axe. Barracuda and Pure Nate trying to save Chonk's Warrings. And this might be a hero point, a home point hero fight. Chonk with his men at arms trying to run away. He knows that they lost this C point. And he knows that they are on deaths. They have a lot of 2 deaths here. And they do, in fact, have a lot of deaths over here as well. But they do, in fact, have a lot of no deaths. So we'll see what they do here. A lot of deaths on SE's side, which means that they need to pressure and provide that. Lucky trying his best right now not to get caught up, and he might get caught up here. We have some respawners here. This is gonna be a home point hero fight. If they can kill these alchemists and this Iron Reaper unit, and they keep those men-at-arms alive, this is going to be a 5-minute home point hero fight here. 105 to 122. For SE to win this, they need to deal with that unit. Boshkinojic with the Cav charge. Let's see if he gets anything. He does get, in fact, a few units here. Chonk is trying to keep his men-at-arms alive, and they are trying to do everything they can, and it looks like another treb. Well placed from Underdogs to deal with the incoming units that are coming in. Let's see if SE moves out of the way. They do move out of the way. Well done. Valhalla trying his best to weapon dance and get them away. You know, letting these units flow free is what they need to do. And Urzangle Kiwi with the kill. Another treb. They need to watch this. If they can get out of the way here, they have the unit advantage here. And it will be down to a hero fight. 4 minutes. Pure Nate trying to get away. Let's see if Lucky can save him. 10 heroes to 10 heroes. Crizzy and Urzangle Kiwi going at it like 2 peas in a pod. Let's see what they're going on over here on home point. They still have Iron Reaper units versus Men-at-Arms, and Exil is currently trying to deal with everything, as well as Pure Nate. Well played. It is a 10v6 now with these hero kills. Well, it is going to be a hero fight, folks, and it is going to be a hero fight for the last 3 minutes, 30 seconds. And if you can't tell, Lucky, Sudji, Kaifat is currently being caught by Niemka. He is slowed and being ulted and everything. Crizzy, and look at this, guys. This might be a good old-fashioned brawl here. I'm excited. I'm very excited to see what they do here. Chris W going in for the kill against the Nodachi. Crizzy getting that with Belka and Kaifat. Kaifat is running away as hard as he can to get back to his own team. Because he knows. Kaifat's still trying. And the other enemy team is pushing backwards, trying to wait for the other team to get respawned. And let's see what they do. This Maul coming in, if they have any units left, it is 33 units versus no units, my friends. That means that it is going to be a great fight. Let's see what they do here. It is a good old-fashioned sleeves tied up deathmatch here, and they are going in here, guys. They are going in. And it is exactly as you say it is. They are fighting for their lives. If they can kill these heroes, they win. They win. 2 heroes down on both sides. 11v11, 0 units versus 33 units. Oh, Piernate is going good. Krizzy's trying his best to fight it off. Kopornik and Whiskey going at it. Krizzy's going at it. Someone needs to protect Krizzy. And Kaifat is doing all he can, and this might be it. 8 heroes versus 7. 8 heroes versus 10 heroes. Edsel, Piernate, Woju, a longsword just trying his best. And these heavy armors might seal the deal. And it's going to go up to time. It's going to go up to time. They need to last 60 seconds. There's 9 heroes versus 5 heroes here. They need to survive this. Sujji is currently trying to live. He gets an ult off. Etzel is tied down. Shimmy, Chris W going in, trying all they can to get on that home point. Chris W trying, he's trying. Niemka stepping on it, doing whatever he can. SE Chonk, Niemka might be dead here. We'll see. He is surviving. Chonk coming in, might come in and do his invisibility and go in and try. We'll see if he can get in. Bashkinojic going in. These heroes trying their best to kill him. One more down. Simon Valhalla, another short sword. Good for SE, and he is taken off and they win. What an amazing, amazing fight. Tekio with 10 hero kills, 3 deaths, and 24 assists has the highest damage taken and the highest overall record this match. On the underdog side, Etzel, 3, 3, and 19 with 130 unit kills, doing whatever he can. What an amazing match. That is never giving up, my friends. You know, Punisher doing amazing, Poor Fear, you know, Simon Valhalla and Bashkinojic, you know, doing whatever they can to try and just assemble, and they did. They were very well done. Samochek came in and dealt all the damage he could. Let's look at this post-battle analysis here. SE was on top every single time, again, against the Underdogs team unit differential-wise. Now, Underdogs probably had higher leadership cost units, and they also had higher, less units. But I think SE did a wonderful job here. So did the Underdogs team. But overall, guys, this was an amazing match.
Jo, Sparta.
You know, we're gonna have an interview here from the SE captain regarding the match itself. I'm gonna ask a few interview questions about the match, and we're going to try and get some interviews going with some of the captains and the players for these matches. All right, Samochek.
Hello.
So I have a few questions here.
Let's go with it.
What do you think your team did well versus not well this match?
Well, we were still feeling some lags in game, so it's tough to say what went wrong. We probably should play some death matches because the last fight on Cup should be winnable for us for sure. Like we should take this second game for our win. The best thing probably was the rotation, because it wasn't really planned. Some rotation, like going for the B with 2 heroes to wipe their players, to catch them under the stairs. I feel like we did pretty good job. Was kind of slow on the rotation, but overall we managed to play our strat fully.
What was the riskiest thing today that I think that you tried?
Riskiest thing was probably this push on the B point with two heroes, because they just went there, they wiped them, and with few more seconds we could just wipe them under the stairs, but we didn't manage to do that in time.
This map, what do you think of the map itself regarding CBR play, regarding the lanes rotations? Obviously,
It's feeling, yeah, it's feeling like field map, to be honest, like the cuff coming from every way possible. It's so open on the C point where you can defend best. It's pretty tough map for the unit play.
I from what I noticed, the just it was a lot of grit from the underdogs players. It was a lot of like rotationals on your side, and I think you guys did well though. Considering the fact that the map is, the map itself is not the best.
Mhm.
But those cav charges you guys had were absolutely amazing. Was that planned, or was that just like a spur of the moment where you guys all just said, you know what, if
Yeah,
they're pulling down, like let's pull that cav and go in as we can.
we got a lot of calf plant. The only thing that I think cost us the game was the Reapers. It was huge surprise for us.
Yeah, that
So
sustain from them, or what about them?
They play a lot of them, and they both sustain well in the shield meta, because we should have bring something to deal with them. The phalanx wasn't enough, and the calf. And the biggest problem with them was that they hit multiple target and they CC the hero a lot, and we
Yeah.
couldn't move with the heroes in fight.
Yeah, that's what caused you those deaths, or
Uh, I don't know. Like, I feel like the problem was that we couldn't properly use the hero against that tough unit, because we didn't do shit on the to the Reapers with the heroes.
mm-hmm. I have two more questions. Uh,
Okay.
if you are an up and coming like captain or a player in CBR, what would you recommend for them to work on, prioritize, to build their own growth, or even if you're captaining, like you can even go into like unit comp intent or stuff like that. Like what would be your best like guide, helpful tips?
Well, it's huge question. The first thing, in my opinion, is that we kind of split the tasks. So we got one person setting the screams, managing the comms, and second person making the team comms. Looking at we got three people looking at the videos after the matches to see what went wrong and just talk personally to players, because the biggest impact on the games players making, not the shot caller, not the strat. It's just the pure gameplay of the players. So everybody should be individually teach how to play their units. So every person should have one or two units that they play the best, and just play it over and over and over again.
Yeah. Final question. If you were, if is there one thing positively that you can say about your opponent today that they did well? Something that you can say about your own team that you did well, and just overall like something positive you can say about the match itself.
Well, maybe it's not the best to say that they surprise us with the Reapers, because we could think about it. But the best thing that they do over us, I think, is hero play. They were playing pretty damn good with the heroes. I feel like they had really good armors on them with high stats.
Mm-hmm.
because I wasn't doing much damage versus them on Maul.
Yeah, yeah. And one thing
So the
about your team?
The best thing about
Mhm.
my team, we kinda adapted to strat. I feel like the rotation was perfect,
Mhm.
and the double pull was very good. So everybody know their role and everybody talk. So we were very vocal today.
Right. And just one thing about just the match in general, you know.
About the match, I wasn't thinking that this matches on the play-ins can be that close, because both these matches was very close.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much, Samochek.
Thank you too.
I am gonna end this stream. The